Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. I want to talk to you on a few minutes, if I may, on a subject matter, a particular subject matter. But before I do that, I think I should just mention that we, the American people, have another problem that I don't think we focused on that much. And I think some attention should be given to it. And I'm not saying that it hasn't, but I want to add to that if it has. Some things have been happening within the United States of America over the past several years that makes me think that it could be possible that an outright effort is made to really engage in America citizens who will be used to really destroy this nation. In other words, some call it being assets to enemies of this nation. For instance, everybody knows that Donald Trump, who was president of the United States once before, we all know that you can't trust Donald Trump. You cannot trust him on anything. And yet, he's up on the podium asking America to consider him as the next president of the United States. Somebody you can't trust. Somebody who has promised that the first day of coming back into office is taking certain of his enemies and slaughtering them. Telling you, the American people, that coming out of his mouth, letting you know what he wants to do. And got the House of Representatives Speaker supporting him. Got senators and throughout what he called his senators supporting him. People representing people from various states. House of Representatives, the Senate. You got the United States, the justices. They have violated all the rules, so you can't trust them. No wonder they are passing all kinds of laws that messing with so many people who have no control of their lives, who are just waiting for people to do the right thing so maybe they can feel some of the rightness of life, rather than people who are concerned about getting people with money, more money, who are using their money to institutionalize poverty into this nation. Crime, OD, poverty's not new, but it's so rampant now it can't hide it. You can't hide it, ladies and gentlemen, because people are hurting. People are suffering. People don't have health care, can't use the education benefits that's supposed to be theirs. Now they want to talk about people won't take jobs, and they're using this to try to get people to suck people back into jobs. Somebody say, cut the food stamps, or whatever they call their programs. Now, and they'll go back into these jobs. Now you've done to force people back into jobs for crumbs. That's forced poverty, forced slavery. That's all that's about. But the taxes, as they come down and they make the money, and we get the screwing. We just get, and when people talk about things that interest us, it never gets heard. Why? Because they make sure that in order for something to get heard, really, it has to be making some money. You see how they did Fox. They just told lies because they made money. Lied, and people just bought into those lies. Millions of people just bought into those lies. I know how it happens, ladies and gentlemen. I bought into them. Glad to find out that I had been tricked. But some people don't even get to know that. They just keep on believing. And especially when somebody get up there like Carson, he didn't have a shame anywhere. He's like Trump. They get up and lie, don't have any shame anywhere. But the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, is this institutionalized poverty. This is a sign that this shit that they're giving us comes straight from the pit of hell. That word came out because that's what I felt. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen here. I wrote some notes. Poverty. It didn't happen by happenstance. This thing is designed. We who accept this reasoning, we do so because we've been trained to do so. We've been trained about this capitalist system here in America. And everything that goes around, we figure when we talk about inflation or deflation and all these other kind of situations when it comes down to money, we are lost. We are lost. The masses of us are lost. And the people who really know something about it are making money. They're not going to say anything. And so we have to just go through this. But I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there's no such thing as we have to do anything. We only have to do stuff when we're stupid. We only have to do stuff when we're ignorant. That's when we have to do stuff. And then we don't really have to Yes, we could. We just have to do it or have to not do it. But my point is this. Wake up. I'm a human being. I matter. My pain, my suffering matter. If I'm denied health care, you can be denied health care. If I'm denied educational benefits for myself or mine, you could be denied educational benefit of yours. If I can be denied a career, then so can you. Or adequate income to accommodate what I need, so can you. So what I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, all of these things, not being able to pay your bills, not even, you know the story. Every last one of us go through this. From the time we stopped being kids. You know, we were kids, we were taken care of most of the time. And we didn't know too much, but the parents looked out for us, we were all right. But we started coming into, growing out of that stuff and started facing life. We found out that things have changed. The people are not looking after one another like the parents look after their children. Parents look after your children. That teaches you something. That's supposed to teach you something. That's supposed to put in you how you utilize resources for the benefit of others that needs it. When you grow up and mature out of that stage, you have supposedly learned to now that and shouldn't just start, it's not just to your kids, but to a community of society that's suffering and need just as your kids. So what you actually learn, ladies and gentlemen, when you step ahead of the game and get in front of it, is that all people are in that position. Don't you know our parents thought of that? Don't you know God knew that we were going to need food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, and all that kind of stuff to live in this life? Don't you think God, that white man might not have known it, that black man might not have known it, man might not have known it, woman might not have known it, but God knew we was going to need food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, and He prepared. He made sure that that food would be stacked somewhere in this earth, on it or above it, seen or unseen, but we'd have the imagination to guide us to what must be done in order to access it and utilize it for the benefits of the human race. God sent that stuff for us to live as though we're in heaven, and we've sold it off to the devil who's riding high, robbing us every day. Billionaires and millionaires buying everything, and we walking around here like a stupid duck. Anything they throw at us, we just make an adjustment. It's time for standing up for what the truth is. The truth is, ladies and gentlemen, every man is just like you. He bleeds just like you. He stinks just like you. He ain't got nothing on you. He came here just like you to play a part in the process of this heaven we're going to create. But he sold out and stole the stuff, the oil. He's stolen it. Everything that's out there that's already been discovered is stealing it. Over in Africa, wherever they can steal stuff and then manipulate it and control it and create the suffering upon the people. And the only thing that can deliver us is truth. And you're only going to get the truth when you're looking at God. And when I say looking at God, I'm talking about that which looks back at you and see compassion and love for every last one of you, even though you are filled with hate. That's when you're looking at God and got a solution to the problem. Not just walking around here, you just got to suffer. Do you know you're talking about people won't go to jobs. Don't you know how to? No, you don't. Let me just tell you. The way to get full employment is this. Require that everybody, just being smart, have a career. That everybody engage themselves in a new society that we gonna create. And get a career that gives you joy, something that you've been wanting to do all your life. If you're not ready for it right now, but education will be made available so you can be ready. But get a job that allows you to be happy and filled with joy. Now, the rest of us in society, not the rest of us, but all of us, are going to agree that having committed ourselves to engage ourselves in this process of causing a manifestation of goods and services that we the people have determined is exactly what we need. We're going to do this. And we're going to do that for all of us. It's not going to cost us any money because we're just going to use the resources, and it's we using our talents to create what we want, need, or desire. And as a reward, beyond the joy that you get, from engaging in the process, now anything that's in that reservoir of goods and services belong to every human being that played a part in the process of it, which means you can access it whenever you need it, want it, or desire. And people who own stuff don't usually abuse it. It's just when you lose stuff and know you can't get it more. Like when you go to the like the old country buffet, when you unfamiliar with it and you go there, you say, "Oh, all this food just for that price," and you keep going back, sometimes till you get sick. Or if you keep going back over time, you get, But once you've been there, and you can go there when you get ready, you don't go overeating. Sometimes you just go to be there. Why? Because you know it's there for you. So what I'm saying, we got to change this stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, we got to change it. Right now, this guy, what's this dude name? I think named Tuckerful. I think somebody was trying to say how he's trying to extort the United States of America, the military, holding up all of the works that they're supposed to be engaged in right now and is in such need of. But because he has some other idea about something else, he wants to stop it. That doesn't make sense to me. He's supposed to be stopping it because these guys are against abortion. No, I think he's trying to stop it because that's the same kind of guy that's supposed to be destroying America from within, tying America's military hands down, tying America's ties with other parts of the world that they've been associated with. Whatever you can to bring America down. So some snake, that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen, snake. You better believe it. It might not be exact, but it's the same kind of thing that's happening to this country that is happening to so many other countries. And you got a chance. You got a chance to make America the real deal. Or you can sit back and I guarantee you you'll go straight to hell just like everything else has. Wake up. I'll talk to you.